Welcome once again to A.O.S Academy's YouTube channel. Here we'll talk about everything language studies. If you are working on actually learning English language, French language, Spanish, German, or even Chinese language. Also, we assist people with preparations for internationally recognized language exams like TEF Canada, like IELTS, like TOEFL, like TCF Canada. Likewise, we work with people that are working on their relocation process to countries like Canada, UK, the France, US, and all other places. Now, as you know it, we always take our Q&A session every day by 3 p.m. So please kindly always subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit on the notification bar to get notified anytime we drop a content, and also like and share this video so that more people are going to get benefit from it. And we want to use this medium to thank all our subscribers for actually subscribing to our YouTube channel. We have now reached the 700 mark. I'm so happy. Thank you very, very much, everyone. It's not an easy feat to get over about 700 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you very much, everyone, for actually subscribing. Now, today we want to start with the question 231, which was asked. And the question states that what are the jobs mostly required in Canada? The question was asked by Jonah Mwangi from Kenya. And as I said, these are questions that are always extracted from our JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar QAs. Now, this question is quite typical for someone that wants to relocate to Canada easily or quickly, especially if the person has a kind of occupation or profession the person is doing in his or her own home country. And yes, there are a lot of jobs that are in demand, that are required in Canada, that even some people don't really think much of. And today we want to actually list, firstly, the industries that these jobs can be found. And secondly, we'll now list the job roles or the job positions that many of you are currently doing in your home country that would majorly be in demand likewise in Canada for the year 2023. So without wasting much of our time, if you want to relocate to Canada, you can relocate to Canada, you understand, based on the skilled worker programs. And we have a lot of skilled worker programs, the Common Express Entry and all other programs like Provincial Nominee Program, Quebec Skilled Worker Program, and the rest of them. But if you want to get jobs in Canada, do you understand? While you are in Canada, as soon as you relocate, or even before you move to Canada, while you are in your home country, you can actually get jobs in I'll give about 10 different industries that are currently actively looking for people. Firstly, it's the IT and software engineering or software engineering field. If you are in the IT field, information technology, the tech industry, the software engineering industry, then it's a very hot niche as at now. They are currently getting people into the country that actually are either we'll still talk about the job descriptions and the job positions, but IT and software is a very, very top niche, top industry that they are employing now. Secondly, the engineering and the construction. If you are in the construction industry, whether you are working on the site or you're working off site, then in that industry there are a lot of people that are actually being employed currently in Canada that are in the engineering and construction industry. Now, if you are also in the accounting and finance industry, in fact, we have had series of people we helped in the IT sector, likewise in the accounting and finance sector, that actually moved as either a chartered accountant or as a web developer. I myself, for instance, I relocated to Canada as a web developer. My cousin, Mr. Oluwatosin Shoderu, who was one of the speakers we had for this webinar session, the Jackpot to Canada in 2023 webinar session. He was an accountant, you understand, a chartered accountant with ACCA, with CIPM, and the rest of that as professional designations. Likewise, if you are in the human resource management industry, that is also a top niche for a lot of people that want to actually relocate to Canada, whether they relocate temporarily through the temporary work permit or they relocate permanently through the permanent residency route. The fifth industry is hospitality industry. This is quite common. In fact, many, not only even in Canada, in US and UK, in lots of, you understand, countries, The hospitality industry is one industry that you can't just have enough of people coming in, you understand, under hospitality, because they are really, really looking for people almost every day. You understand? Sales and marketing too is another top niche, top location, or top sector that you can actually get to work, you understand, in when you actually land in Canada. They are looking for lots of people in that field as well. Healthcare, many people know this already. There are a lot of jobs, a lot, in fact, hundreds of thousands of jobs that are currently in that industry that you could actually get employed in, whether in or out of Canada. The STEM, which we know it already, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, you understand, is another industry, coalition of industries that they actually have need for people in Canada. Likewise, teaching, if you are in the pedagogy industry, if you're in the academic industry, there are lots of jobs for both people that are in maybe early childhood educators, the ones that are in the tertiary institutions, the ones that are in the secondary institutions, primary, you understand, institution. There are lots of jobs for you there. And nursing, if you are in nursing, any kind of field or any kind of job description or job position in the nursing industry, it's also a booming industry that they are looking for people currently. So I gave 10 different industries you can actually get jobs currently in Canada. You can actually get these jobs if you are in Canada, or even if you're opportune to get those jobs outside of Canada. So I've listed them on the comment section of this video. You can actually go to the comment section and check, you understand, the industries that we talked about. So just to recap, we said the IT and software, engineering and construction, accounting and finance, human resource management, hospitality, sales and marketing, healthcare, STEM, teaching and nursing. Now, those are the industries. But you may ask me that apart from the industries, which other um, job positions, what are the job positions in each of those industries you can actually work under? And yes, we have quite a lot of them. I would first start with the ones that are related to the low skilled jobs, you understand. And when I mean the low skilled jobs, I mean jobs that you just need maybe as little as secondary school diploma for, you understand. And sometimes you may not really even need to have experience in that industry. You may not need to have experience as, you understand, as that particular person in that position. They may have trainings that they will do for you as soon as you get employed that will not necessarily need you to have years of experience. And as little as secondary school diploma, if you're able to communicate well in English, you can get the job for even having IELTS score of 4, band 4 or band 5, or not even taking IELTS at all. So the very first job I'll talk about is general laborer and trades. As a general laborer, as a day laborer, if you are someone that can actually work in a construction site, they are really, really looking for people like that in Canada, because definitely these are jobs that even Canadians themselves may not really want to do, you understand. So they need foreign workers to actually work in those spheres, in those industries, in those positions. Likewise, if you are a cleaner or a maintenance worker, you actually have lots of opportunities in Canada to get jobs. If you are a registered nurse already, you have your license, you understand, and you can practice as well, you would definitely be required in Canada. If you are a customer service representative, then someone like you is being required in Canada to work for them. If you are a merchandiser, if for instance you are a buyer, you are a seller, you are a commercial trader, they are looking for someone like you in Canada. A truck driver. Now you see that these jobs we are talking about, there are jobs that, okay, for instance, the truck driver I mentioned, if you have a driver's license from your country, you can be a truck driver in Nigeria, in Canada. All you just need to do is go for their trainings, and you understand, just get to start working with little training as a truck driver. And they are earning huge amounts of money in Canada. The fact that these are low jobs doesn't mean that they don't earn much. Do you understand? Apart from those jobs, we have other high skilled jobs, jobs that require you to have at least a bachelor's degree, or that requires you to have a college diploma. You understand that jobs like software developer too is a top notch, what they call it, a top notch position that is currently available in Canada. Even as a licensed practical nurse, you understand, it's also a top niche in Canada. A computer network technician, you may just have vocational training certificates to show that yes, you are a technician in that particular field. If you are a pharmacist as well, pharmacists are very much needed in Canada. In fact, there are currently loads of opportunities for people that are in the pharmaceutical industry. Do you understand? Now, apart from that, you can also get to work as an electrical engineer, as a welder, you can work as a veterinarian. And these are jobs that they are scarce to find in Canada. So if you are looking for a work permit, for instance, and you have skills, you have knowledge in these areas I'm talking about, you can easily, quickly get that temporary work permit to relocate to Canada. Not only relocate yourself alone, but relocate with your spouse and your child or your children together, and to actually become residents, temporary residents of Canada. Now, also, if you are an industrial electrician, you can also get jobs. You know, there's a difference between an electrical engineer and an industrial engineer. Industrials are people that would definitely work in, you understand, companies, that would work in industries, that would work in, you understand, establishments. Do you understand? Now, if you are an accountant, just like we have talked about earlier too, you can get jobs in Canada in your field. That would, a lot of accountants, for instance, Mr. Oluwatosin Shoderu that I talked about, he was an accountant working in a bank in Nigeria. You understand, one of the top banks in Nigeria. And when he got to Canada as well, he was able to also get his what, his field work. So many people would state that yes, when they leave a country, when they leave like Nigeria to go to Canada, especially for people under the health sector, they don't get their equivalent job roles, you understand, in Canada. And yes, it does happen, I don't doubt that fact. But if you are licensed, if you have a lot of certificates, and yes, you can do some little professional and international designations, you can definitely get that particular job you want in Canada as well. And someone like an accountant with ACCA, CIPM, ICANN would surely get his or her own jobs in Canada as well. So if you are under the human resource and recruitment officer, if you are under that niche, you can also get your preferred and your desired job in Canada. If you are also, in fact, someone that is a financial advisor, just like the accountants we talked about, you can actually get your jobs in Canada. If you are into the aerospace engineering, let's say you are an aerospace engineer, someone that deals with airplanes, definitely these are limited niches that if you have experience in it, definitely you differentiate yourself from the crowd and you'd get that job for yourself. An administrative assistant too is also needed in Canada. There are a lot of people that, not only even administrative assistants, but also virtual assistants that are currently needed by top companies, that are needed by CEOs, that are needed by directors and managers to actually help in their day-to-day activities. If you are a driver, as we talked about, there's a difference between maybe like an Uber driver and a truck driver. You understand? Those that drive cars are different from those that drive trucks. So you would definitely be needed in Canada as well. If you are a receptionist as well, your work is already in Canada waiting for you as well. There are lots of offices that are looking for receptionists. Now, a project manager as well is currently needed in Canada. Even an account manager that is in charge of the books are also needed in Canada. If you're a business development manager, you would also definitely find your job in Canada. University professor and lecturer. There was one of our lecturers, or one of the persons we actually assisted to work on his immigration. That was, I think, 2021, and he was a lecturer at the Kwara State University, Malete, Kwara State, Nigeria. And he was opportune to actually get the job that he wanted, to work as a lecturer in Canada, around Alberta province. So you can actually get a job as a lecturer or as a university professor as well, especially if you have your master's or your PhD already. A software engineer too is top notch, really much needed in Canada. And heavy duty equipment mechanic is also required in Canada. Also very top notch, very much relevant in Canada, because there are a lot of companies, a lot of agricultural establishments that are currently needing people like that to help with their, you understand, to help with their equipment. If you are a sales associate or a sales representative as well, your work is in Canada. Many people don't know that even in the sales and marketing industry, you have a lot of people that are currently not, or a lot of companies that are currently not having more representatives that can actually market and sell their products and their services. So if you are a sales representative, you can definitely get that job offer in Canada. If you are an optician, you understand, and you are licensed to actually operate on people, or to, you understand, be in charge of their eyes, you can always get jobs in Canada. A mechanic too can get jobs in Canada, not just an heavy duty equipment mechanic, but a normal mechanic in charge of cars, you understand, or in charge of all the other appliances can also get jobs in Canada. If you're also into the warehouse, if you're a warehouse worker, maybe you have worked with Jumia, you have worked with, you understand, Konga, or even you understand Alibaba, if you have worked with Amazon, and you are skilled in this, you can actually get warehouse worker jobs in Canada. If you're even a physiotherapist that is in charge of the psychology and the physiology of people, you understand, is also top-notch job in Canada that earns a lot of money. A graphic designer as well would definitely get jobs in Canada if he actually processes his or her Canada immigration. So there you have it. I gave about 30 different job positions that you can get in Canada right now. So if you want to relocate to Canada and you want to get those jobs, you want to apply and actually have a chance to compete with all other professionals, you can actually reach out to us. We can assist you with your um, job search. If you are currently looking for jobs in Canada, either temporary job search or permanent job search, and if you want to actually relocate to Canada, we can also assist with your temporary residency, whether it be the study permit, the work permit, or the permanent residency visas, either through the express entry or all the array of other programs we have, you understand, currently in Canada. So thank you very much. I do appreciate you actually joining us for this session. If you have any questions, then drop it on the live chat section of this video or the comment section of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit on the notification bar to get notified anytime we drop a content, and like and share this video with your friends and family so that a lot of people can benefit from these questions. Thank you very much, and do have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.